Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and in today's video we are going to start a new series that is based on service-oriented programming. Throughout this series we are going to learn service-oriented programming is, and we are going to see how it works and what are the different services that are used in service-oriented programming. In today's video we are going to look at Java Servlet. What are they, how they are used, and how to execute them. In the end of the video, we are also going to run a basic Hello World program using Java Servlets. So without wasting any time, let's get into the video and we'll start with the introduction to Java Servlets. Java Servlet is the server-side extension used to build dynamic web applications. Servlets are the Java programs that runs on the Java-enabled web server, or you can also call them application server. They are used to handle the request obtained from the web server, process the request, produce the response, and send the response back to the web server. The execution of Java Servlet is very easy. First, the client sends the request to the web server. The web server receives the request and passes the request to the corresponding servlet. The servlet processes the request and generates the response in the form of output. The servlet sends the response back to the web server. The web server then sends the response back to the client, and the client browser displays it on the screen in the form of an output. Actually, to provide the facility of dynamic web pages need a container or web server. To meet this requirement, independent web server providers offer some proprietary solutions in the form of APIs. These APIs allow us to build programs that can run with a web server. In this case, Java Servlet is also one of the component APIs of Utility. Java Servlet package consists of two main APIs, that is javax.servlet, javax.servlet.tp. So now I guess you all have a pretty fair idea of what Java Servlet are, and now we are going to set up the environment to run a basic Java Servlet program. So in order to run a Java Servlet program, you're going to need three basic things, and that are first a text editor, second a JDK package, and third a server. So these are the three main things you need to run a basic Java Servlet program. For the text editor part, in this half of the video, we are going to use system default notepad. You can also use any text editor or IDE of your choice, like Notepad++ or Sublime Text, or you can also go for higher complex IDEs like Atom, Visual Studio Code, or Eclipse IDE. In the next half of the video, we are also going to run the same Java Servlet program using Eclipse IDE. So if you want to see how you can run a Java Servlet program using Eclipse IDE, you can skip this part and jump right into that part of the video to look how you can run that program in Eclipse IDE. So in this half of the video, we are going to use Notepad as our text editor. So for the JDK platform, we are going to use Java Standard Edition 8 Development Kit. And to download and install JDK 8 Kit, it's very simple. Just open your browser, type in Java SE 8, and you can see the first link that pops out from oracle.com. You can open it. If you have an account on Oracle, you can log into your account. If you don't have one, you have to register from oracle.com and make an account. And once you are done with that, then only you will be allowed to download this SE development kit. So once you are logged into your account, you can scroll down and you can see all these packages. So the one which is compatible with your system, you can download that package. I'm using a Windows x64-bit PC. So I'm going to download this package right here. And the installation is pretty simple. I've already done it. So once you are done with the installation, follow up with the video. So once you are done with the installation, you need to set up the path of the root directory of your JDK in your system environment variable. It's very simple. What you need to do is go into your PC, in your C drive, go for program files and look for Java And here you can see JDK, right? So that means the JDK is installed. Go into this directory and you can see this bin file. So this is your JDK root directory. Okay. Now what you have to do is search for system environment variable. Open it. And once it's open, you can see this environment variable section here. Click on it. And the first thing you need to do is create a new user variable entry. So for doing that, just click on this new and type Java home. And for the next part, the variable value, you can use the browse directory, or you can also directly copy this whole path and paste it here. Okay. Once you're done with it, click on OK, and you'll be done with this kind of user variable. The next thing you need to do is in the path variable, you need to add the bin folder of the same JDK kit. You can see this bin folder right here. You need to add the path of this folder into the path variable. Again, you can do the same thing. You can either browse from here, scroll down this PC, seed wide, program files for Java, JDK, select the bin folder, click on OK, and your bin folder will be right here. Click on OK again, and you are all done with the JDK setup. Click on OK and exit the environment variable. Now we are done with the text editor and we have also set up our JDK. The third thing and most important thing is downloading and setting up the server. So for this video, we are going to use Apache Tomcat server, and I'm going to show you how you can download it. Just go to your browser and type Apache Tomcat, and you can see the first link right here. Just click on it, and you will see the Apache Tomcat page. On the left side of the screen, you can see the different version of server available. I'm going to use Tomcat 8 for this part of the video. You can use any other version of the server which you want. Just click on it. And right here, you can see this binary distribution. So if you are just starting with Java Servlet and servers, I would recommend you to use a zip package. Windows Service Installer is also given, and it is pretty easy to install. If you want to try it out, you can. But I would recommend you to use the zip file. Just click on it, and it will start downloading. So once the download is complete, you need to go to the folder and unzip this zip file. So you can do this either way, whatever the file manager you're using. Just open this directory, and you can copy or cut this root directory and paste it in your C drive directly, right here. It is much easier and convenient if you do this way. If not, if you leave it right there also, it's fine. Now there are some things you need to do inside of this Apache Tomcat root directory. The first thing is you need to go to the web apps folder and you need to create a folder hierarchy. So the first thing is you need to create a folder named NET inside of the web apps folder. Inside of the net folder, you need to create another folder named web-inf. Inside of this folder, again you need to create a folder called classes. Now, what are all these folders and why you need to create them? I'll explain to you once we are doing the program. For now, just create them as it will be useful for you later. The second thing which you need to do is you need to set up the path variable for the servlet API. As we have already discussed that the Java servlet uses servlet API to run its program. What we're going to do is the Apache Tomcat store all of its APIs in the lib folder. We'll go right here and you can see here is the servlet API. So to set up and this configure the path variable for the servlet API, the process is pretty much the same like how we set up the path for JDK. So you just have to go to environment variable, click on the environment variable section, and again you need to create another user variable. You can name it class path, and you can for the variable value, you can either browse the file from here, or you can also copy paste the whole path from here. So for browsing the file, you can come here, go to your C drive, Apache Tomcat, lib folder, click on Servlet API, open it, and this is it. You'll be done. Click on OK, and your class path will be set. Click on OK, OK, and you are all done with the setup of Apache Tomcat server. And now we are ready to run our first Java servlet program. So now we have set up all the environment we need to run the Java servlet program. So we can start writing our program. So first you need to open Notepad or whatever text editor you are using. Now I'm not going to write the program right here as it's going to take a lot of time. I'll pause the video, I'll write the program, and I'll continue. So guys, I've written this whole program. So here you can see I've imported the packages. Here are the two packages which we discussed about in the Servlet API. This is the class name, and here you can see this is the whole program and the content type is set to HTML. Basically, what we are doing inside all this println statement is we are sending HTML document as a string, and once the servlet returns the response, basically this whole HTML file will be run on the web page. So we are going to see this hello world as our body text of the HTML page. Now we are going to save it. I just created a folder on the desktop and I'm going to save it right there. Make sure you select all files and save this inside double quotes. So it will be the same as you save your Java program with your class name.java and click on save. Once you're done with it, you can go to the folder and you can come to this path and type cmd right here. Okay, so it will open the command prompt. Now what you have to do is you have to compile the Java program. So type Java C space hyphen cp, that means configure path, space double quotes, and inside of these double quotes, what we have to write is the path of the servlet API. So where is the servlet API? In the C drive or Tomcat lib folder. Okay, so this is the path I want, and I'll paste it right here. See, you can see now after the double quote ends, space the name of the program. So hello world Java servlet.java, right? If I click enter, it will be compiled, and if I want to check, on desktop, my folder here, you can see the class file is right here. Now the next step is what you have to do is you have to copy this class file and go to your Apache Tomcat folder, go to your web apps folder and net folder, webin, and classes folder, which we have created in the tutorial, right? So now we will see why we created the folder. So inside of this classes folder, you need to paste that class file you just compiled. Okay. The next thing is you need to create a web.xml file. Why we create a web.xml file is to map the servlet class with the URL. So we are going to tell that we have to map this URL with this particular class. So where we have to create that web.xml file is right here in the webin folder. Okay, so I've already written the web.xml file also. You can see here. So this is the display name servlet hello world. You can type anything here. The basic thing and the most important part is the servlet tag and the servlet mapping tag. These are the two things you need. So inside the servlet tag, you need to write servlet name and the servlet class. So inside the servlet name, you can give anything you want, like after hello world here. But make sure in the servlet class name, you give the same name what your class name is. Okay. So we have the class name as hello world servlet. So we have given hello world servlet here. Next thing you need to do inside the servlet mapping tag is write the servlet name and the URL pattern. Now make sure this servlet name matches the one you are given in the servlet tag. Then only it's going to map. In the URL pattern, you can give anything for what you are going to map the URL. So I've given backslash servlet / hello world, and we are all done here. So we can save it inside our C drive, Apache Tomcat, lib, web apps, net, and inside the webin folder, click on all files. Inside the double quotes, just type web.xml. Click enter, close those, and you can see right here, web file is right here. Now we are all done with it, and now we are ready to run our servlet program. So for that, what you have to do is go to your Apache Tomcat directory, click on the bin folder, go to the path and type cmd right here. Okay. So once you type cmd right here, you can see the command prompt is open. Now you have to type start up and click enter. Once you're done that, you can see the Tomcat is actually running. So we'll wait, and once you see this, and you will know that your Tomcat server is actually started, and now you can run your program. So you can minimize this, minimize it all. So once your Tomcat is started, you can open your web browser, and in the URL section, you can start writing http / localhost. Now, in place of localhost, you can also give your PC's IP address. Both are same. Colon. Now, remember, you need to type 8080 in the port number because that's what Tomcat Apache's port number is. Now, after this forward slash, make sure. Okay, come here to your Apache Tomcat directory. So now in Apache server, this web apps folder is referred to as the root directory. So if you type this much till here, 8080, this is being referred to as web apps folder. So now after this, we have created this net folder by ourselves. The server doesn't know about this, so we have to map this net folder also in our UI. So what we are going to do is, we are going to type after this forward slash net and again a forward slash, and now you can map your URL with the class which we have given in the web.xml file. So what we have given is servlet / hello world, click enter, and boom, here you can see hello world is displayed on the web page. This is what we wanted, and this is how you can run a basic Java servlet program by just using simple text editor, web server, and the SE development kit. So guys, in this part of the video, we are going to see how you can run Java servlet program using Eclipse IDE. Now, Eclipse IDE is a special IDE that is developed specifically for Java applications. So I'll show you how you can download it. It's very simple. Just go to your browser and type Eclipse IDE, and you can see right here Eclipse Desktop and Web IDE. Click on it. Once you are inside the web page, click on this download button on the right side of the screen, and it will take you to the latest version of the Eclipse IDE available for your PC. Just click on it. Once the file is downloaded, install it. Very simple. And once it's installed, I'll show you what to do. So I hope you have installed the Eclipse IDE. Now you have to open the Eclipse IDE right here. Now it's starting up. Yeah, so now we are on the Eclipse workspace. Now what you have to do is go to your file section, click on new, And as you know that we are creating a dynamic web application, so we have to create a dynamic web project. Okay, click on it and just type any project names. I'm going to give the name like hello world servlet. Okay, use default location. Make sure to select Apache Tomcat compute. Now remember, we have not set up Apache Tomcat for this particular Eclipse ID. We have not done it. You can click on it. It's very simple. Just download Apache Tomcat. Like I shown how to download Apache Tomcat in the previous section of this video. If you have not seen it, please go and watch it. Once you download the zip folder, you can come here, click on the preferences and select Apache Tomcat from the server list and click OK. You will be good to go. Now, dynamic web audio version, you can leave everything on as it is. Just make sure to select the version of the Apache Tomcat server you are using. Okay, click on next. This is my source main folder. I need this. Click on nothing to change here. Now make sure to generate this web XML file. This is what we need to map the URL with the class file. Remember, so we have to generate this web XML file. Click on it and click finish. Once you are done with it, your project is ready. You can see here, so the source folder. This is where you have to create a file. So right click on it, click on new, and right here you can see the servlet. Okay, so we are creating a servlet, so you can click on it and you can give it class name like hello servlet, right? Okay, it's fine. And that's all you need to do here. Click on next. And in the URL mapping, like how we did in the web XML file, you can click on it and write in whatever pattern you want. Okay, I'm just going to change and give something new like welcome. Okay, I'll put welcome. Click on next. So here you don't have to change anything. It's just the getter and setter parameters and just click on finish. So this will be a preloaded template given by the Eclipse ID. You don't have to worry about this much, or we don't actually need all of this. Delete it. Yeah. Now we have already written a hello servlet program. So I'm just going to copy paste the same program in this folder also. So I'll just copy and paste it right here. Okay. Don't worry, I will also provide the same program in the description, so you don't have to worry much about what the program is. I'm pretty much sure you know what this program is doing. Okay, so I'm giving the name as hello servlet. Yeah, so this is it. Click on save. Now the next thing you need to do is set up the XML file. You can come to this source folder, main, web app, webin, and you can see the web XML file right here. Double click on it and it will open. Right? Now what you have to do is you have to change. You don't have to worry about all the file contents. Either you can delete it also, it's not a big deal. The only thing which we need to worry about is these two things. Okay. So first is servlet. And inside the servlet, you have to create something called servlet name. And the second thing we want is servlet class. Okay. So inside the servlet name, you can give it any name of your choice. I'm going to give it hello world. But remember, servlet class should be same as the Java file, servlet class. So what we have given in the class name, hello servlet, right? So this is inside the servlet tag. Now the second thing you need to do is URL, sorry, servlet mapping, right? This is the second tag we require. Inside the servlet mapping tag, the first thing you're going to give is servlet name. The servlet name will be same as your servlet tag, servlet name. Make sure they both are same or else it's not going to. Second thing is URL pattern. Okay, Inside the URL pattern, you need to make sure you give the same URL pattern what you have mentioned while creating the servlet class. So what we have given in the servlet class is /welcome, right? It's what we have given. So you can save it from here. And now what you have to do is you have to right click on your project and click on run as and click on run on server. Okay. Once you click on run on server, you can see the Apache Tomcat will start by itself. And don't worry, showing that HTTP status was not on because it's just mapping till hello world servlet till our project file. But we have given a URL mapping of /welcome. You enter it, here you go. So you can see hello world on the screen, and this is what we wanted. And this is the way how you run Java servlet program using Eclipse IDE. I don't know, some people say that it's easier to run a servlet program in the Eclipse IDE because it's not much to like configure or anything. It's pretty much the same. But I think that you need to know how the backend of the things work, how you can set up a environment variable, how you can set up a server. So for that part, you also need to learn the manual things which we did in the first time. So in this video, I pretty much covered both the things. Thank you for watching the video till the end. I hope you found the video very useful and you learned something from it. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button. Also share the video with your colleagues and your friends. And if you want to receive more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. And in the comment box, please let me know on what topic you would like to see tutorials and what else you would like to learn. Till then, see you guys. Bye bye. Take care and thank you.